Let me ask you a question. Are you wanting to create a movement? Have tons of loyal, raving fans? Well, you came to the right video. My name's Trav from We Got Beats LLC, and this is creating a movement. Now, if you watch the other video that I uploaded just the other day, the first thing you need to do is figure out what is your message. You gotta have some sort of message in your music. If you want people to start listening to you, they have to identify you with something. I see too often artists come out and they just, they're just rapping about, whatever, blase blah. Some of them are lying. I'd say most of them are lying. But there's no message in their music at all. Even if you're making just party records, there has to be some sort of message in it. For example, look at Wiz Khalifa. If you followed Wiz for a few years and know his background before he really blew up, he didn't really have a message in his music. He was trying to sound like Dipset at one point, like Julez, and he had bars, but there was no real message in his music. It was only until he started like doing the whole smoker thing, doing the whole hippie smoking type thing, laid back type music. That's when he got really famous. That's when he started blowing up and getting those fans. See, he tapped into a segment of society that wasn't being tapped into really at that point, or at least in that demographic, in that age group. Because you had people like Snoop come up and people, like Redman and Method Man, but there wasn't anybody coming out there on that tip for a long time for the youth. So Wiz kind of filled that role. So that just goes to show you, you don't have to have a serious message in your music. You just got to have a message that people can identify with. Some sort of culture, some sort of lifestyle that people can identify with, and that's how people are really going to rock to you, because you create a soundtrack for their life. That's very powerful, very important. Number two, you got to figure out what you stand for and what you stand against, and that all goes back to the first part, which is your messaging. See, you can't be for everybody. There's an old saying, if you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing no one. Same applies here. And unfortunately, you're going to have to get rid of a segment to attract the people that you want. For example, if you didn't grow up in that whole thug lifestyle, in gangs and whatnot, you grew up in a good home and you're just a fun-loving person, then you're probably going to have to get away from trying to attract that type of fan base. I mean, look at Soulja Boy, for example. Soulja Boy came, his whole thing was like the dancing songs, that Kiss Me Through the Phone shit. Those were major hit records. But none of his real gangster stuff really is catching on, because that's not his market. His market is really towards that club stuff, and that's all right. If you don't do the gangster shit, you don't have to. You just got to know what you stand for and what you stand against, and that all goes back to your messaging. Now, I wanted to make this video kind of short and to the point, but if you're interested in learning more about this and branding, I suggest you stay tuned, because I have a course coming up called 5 Steps to Dropping Your Mixtape Like a Pro, which will be going over this. It's over an hour long. I'll be dropping details here soon. So if you're interested in that, just stay tuned with me. I'll be dropping that here soon. I'll give you the drop date. If you got value from this video, go ahead and like and share this video. Comment if you have any questions. Make sure you go to wegotbeats.com and get your 3 free beats if you haven't gotten them yet. All you gotta do is put your email address in the box, and I'll send the download link to your email address. Alright, take care.